What's going on, guys? Today we're back at it again. Decided that we were so close to really putting down some awesome passes out here on the street that I wanted to come back. But this time we're armed with a little more technology. We got a camera underneath the rear so we can see what the rear is doing. It's daylight, so we'll be able to see what the rear is doing. I'm excited. I think we're really close. We ran out of fuel last night. I went and got a bunch more fuel. Everything's good to go. I think we're pretty much ready. I can fire this thing up, and I just checked the tires. They're good, so just gonna make a rip. Hopefully it's a good one. The weight. I think it hated the weight. Okay. Definitely felt unhappy in the rear. Like it did not like that weight whatsoever back there. Alright, so that did not work. I'm not sure what happened, but looking at the GoPro video, it looks like the tire is shaped like this. Like when I let go of the button, it looks like it ends up shaped like this. Instead of being flat or out this way, it looks like it's shaped like this. So I'm thinking what may have to happen, we have to add more tire pressure to the rear. Adding weight to the rear is great, but we have to add the tire pressure to compensate. I did not do that because I just wanted to leave it kind of alone how it was and see if the weight would just help us out, but that didn't do it. So let's throw some tire pressure in it, do it again. This might be a long night, Brandon. It's a good thing we got that 5,000 watts of light bar up there.
The sun on the front of the car?
Yeah,
up there?
we got the sun coming off the front of that thing. I can feel the weight back there. Like from the driver's seat, I can feel the weight back there. It got out farther, and I let the tire off again. Killing me, Smalls. Take a look at the tire. But I did get back into it so we could see down street, like how far it's extending. I don't know if I take the weight out or I make it go down the road. Like, what's the answer here? Like, maybe we had a good balance where the weight was, where the air pressure was, where everything was. This is not looking good for tomorrow's race. I mean, tomorrow it's on the front half. It'll be freaking fine. There's a couple ways we can go with this. We could take the weight out to try to help it you know, from crushing the tire. I think what's happened, it's crushing the tire and unloading. What we're trying right now first is tightening the front shocks and turning it down a little bit. So we're gonna try that. If that doesn't work, I mean, we just gotta keep trying stuff. I mean, this is the thing, like, we're out here on our own, just figuring it out. It might take us 20 passes to figure it out. You know what I mean? We might be out of tire before we get it right. Something is up with these front shocks, because since we've started with the LS in it, I have put a lot of clicks in it, and I'm like, every time I'm like, oh, it should be maxed out by now, it should be maxed out by now, and it's still not, apparently. So I don't know, maybe we were just really far off on the front shock settings, but I put 4 clicks in it. Normally they tell you to do 2. We want to make a change, so let's see what 4 clicks does, because if it slows the front end, it might not crush the rear tire so bad, yada 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 yada. We might get down the road. I think we got 1 left before it gets dark to see the rear, so let's get it cracking. Yeah.
2 or 1?
Well, I don't know, because I can't see what yet. By the test light here, we're getting power in, but when you hit the button, no power out. So I think what's happening is when I nick this wire here, it's coming back to bite me in the ass. There we go. Look, now I got a little holder. I'm gonna hold it. So it got caught in the steering wheel before, and I think it nicked the wire. I think now that's showing its ugly face again. We found it. It's hard. It's going to be hard to see, but it's actually in the back of the plug there. It's not where I nicked it at all. Yeah. Alright, so we'll put a small button in there. Not a big deal. It clicks.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So everything is covered in transfer.
Well, you build transmissions. So makes sense. That was the fastest we've ever gone on this road. 60 was still a little slow. And the only thing that I regret is I didn't grab the scramble. I was at a point where I was like, oh, just take it. Before the gear change, it was still doing a little bit, and I was like, let me calm myself down. It ain't that bad. Stayed in it. It was fine. Didn't grab the scramble, but so let's take a look at how the front end separated, put some fuel in this thing, and we're gonna get this thing right, dog. Like, we're getting it. Now, the plan was to go to Summer Duck tomorrow, but they're doing back half of the track Saturday, which is way more inclined to what we're trying to do with the upcoming race. So I need to put a marker where the 8th is, because I had to get on the brakes a little too hard.
Reflective marker or something out there.
Like, save data logs. Let's take a gander, shall we? Yeah, that pass with a better 60 is what I'm looking for.
Right.
Oh yeah, I should have hit the scramble as soon as the shift. I should have hit the scramble. was it. That was the pass I was looking for. But the headlight went out.
But it had the 60 foot you wanted.
Nope.
No.
You know, it's still slow as hell to
Still
60.
slow. Hmm.
But I can tell by the point I let out, right? And what it went, even with me letting out. It went almost as fast as it did the pass before with me letting out.
Oh.
So it was getting ready to high gear ride like I wanted it to. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Oh, plus the air compressor wasn't working, so I don't even know how. I think I left with less boost too, just because I wasn't sure that it was going to make it with the air compressor. Yeah. I left with 8 pounds, and we still didn't hit what I wanted to for boost. We were only at 23.3. Come back tomorrow during the day? Yeah, because I got to figure out what's up with this compressor now. This thing's fighting us every step of the way. But yet again, we're going the fastest we've ever gone in both ET and mile an hour and everything else. It's the same thing every time. It's fighting us and going faster, and fighting us and going faster. Like, it's never just going faster. Like,
can I just get a day where it just goes faster and that's
get
it?
the day where it only goes faster and does nothing else? All right, let me fire it up, put it back on the trailer. All right, so we had a slight change of plans. We were thinking about going to Summer Duck tonight, but the more local racetrack, Capital, is actually doing a back half of the track Saturday, and that's going to be more inclined to what we're trying to get ready for down in South Carolina for State of the Union. So that's going to be a little bit more in line with what we're trying to get ready for, and they're going to do a small tire shootout, low buy-in, so I'm game for that. Plus, you know, depending on how we do there, we can still test in between rounds. So we're back out here today because we're going to move up, I don't know, what would you say, it's 20, 30 feet probably. I've been watching videos of Capital on their back half races, and I'm trying to match the surface a little bit better there. So first thing we're going to do is try to get it down the street, see what it does, and then build from there. I've turned it down a bit, so let's go make a hit. That was terrible, so we're gonna try again. We adjusted the suspension. Complete opposite of what we think we should be doing to see if that's going to help us. safety. This is why we do this shit, so we don't go out there looking like a bag of ass. But I'll tell you what, that suspension change helped. Worked a hell of a lot better though, didn't it?
Yeah.
I can tell because the 60 foot was a hell of a lot better than the ones we've been putting down. So,
You know what safety you hit yet?
oil pressure. Because that
Sensor.
it's not the sensor.
It's not the sensor.
Yeah, the sensor is fine. It's the plug going into the sensor or something in the Holly wiring right there. That is the issue. And the other problem is by doing that, the way that we are doing this, when we only have 18 pounds of boost in at the shift, it drops massive RPM. It's got to be 20 plus. But I want to look at the video to see what that front end looked like it was doing, because I don't know how fast it came up or how slow, but I feel like we got way more travel out of it that time. We know that this thing has oil pressure. We know that we have a wiring kind of issue, something going on there, so we're gonna just shut this oil pressure safety off. Yeah, we'll shut that off for now so it doesn't stop us again. All right, so I'm not 100% sure. What I think the issue is that it has to have 20 pounds or more in the shift, like 20 pounds of boost for the converter to act right. It could also be heat. Could be the trans is too hot. So we let it cool quite a bit and I gave it more boost. Didn't really change anything other than just the boost ramp to try to make sure it's got more than the 20 for the gear change. We're gonna go out and try that again. If this one goes down, I think we're not gonna change the tune-up at all, but move forward another 20, 30 feet, try it again, and we're just keep chipping away at it till we figure out what tune-ups work, what doesn't work, all that kind of stuff. Let's fire and hit it. Starting to take account the DA, the density altitude of our weather, because we are noticing some differences between last night and tonight, and there is a rather large difference between the DA of last night and tonight. So it's going to affect a couple things. Well, it's going to affect the way we build boost, but also it looks like it's affecting dome pressure, how much targeted dome pressure it's taking to make the same boost. We've turned it up a little bit just to try to assist in that. I turned up launch RPM. I think that by turning up launch RPM and not bringing some of the launch retard back in, we should be about the same area. But we've turned it up a little bit, and then we really turned it up high gear, crazy dome targets to try to get the actual boost that I want out the back. Hopefully this time the draggy works, and all should be good to go. All should be right with the world as soon as this tractor finishes coming by. Thumb got me in trouble. That was big. I haven't touched the scramble all day, and there I did, and it was my fault. It got me in trouble. Oh well. Note to self, don't do that. Don't grab the scramble, kids. That's the lesson we learned. It's doing good. I think now we need to move up 20, 30 feet. With that tune up, no scramble, see what happens. I think we're getting there. We're gonna switch it up. I think the road up there is getting a little too good because every time I watch the video, I'm like, man, I can take more power with it. So we're gonna go down to the other side of this road where we have not been at all, and it's pretty bare. There's been some test passes there and stuff before, but it's nowhere near where we're at now. So let's head down that way and let's see if this thing can make an A to B rip with a good ET. Put it on the trailer and we'll call it a day. If not, we'll make more hits till we get it right. It's kind of like, I don't know what's been on me lately, but like we've been testing what, 3 days this week. Like been going hard on fixing stuff, changing stuff, everything. So I want to get it right. I want to do good at these races, and I don't know if this is a good video, bad video, boring video, whatever, but this is what it takes. So let's go try this way. the trailer. I think we got around 1 tune-up. I went down the street really slow. I guess we'll find out if we're making a mistake on this 25,000 race tomorrow. Maybe because we've been fortunate that every time we come out we personal best something. That today we personal bested nothing other than being able to get down the street. I don't know. Let's go race tomorrow. That sounds like fun. Quit. Oh, yeah.